Greetings, NBA fans. Welcome to 2K Sports.
DJ Khaled, Convict Music, we the best, we taking over. Listen,
spread out with it. South Carolina, Alabama, Mississippi, on the North Carolina, Philadelphia, Virginia. From down in Miami, where it warm in the winter, on up to Minnesota, where it's storm in the winter. Jacksonville, Tallahassee, Memphis, 10, holla at me. B&H-Town, Southside, Cloverland, Daddy, I'm the man out in Dallas. Better ass Cali, Catman, Cali with my eyes open valley. Blowing and spinning, going down Vinny. Drop 6, 4, 3, wheel and switch it. Red light stop, make it drop for the with it. Anything you hear that I said, I'm
the starting lineup for the visiting Indiana Pacers. At shooting guard, Rodney Stuckey. At center, Ian Mahinami. At the other guard position, George Hill. At center, Miles Turner. At small forward, Paul George. The head coach of the visiting team is Frank Vogel.
On the road. And hungry for a win against an Eastern Conference rival, the Indiana Pacers are ready to go. It's what you've been waiting for. 2K Sports and the NBA present our Wednesday afternoon affair. This is Kevin Harlan, and here with me tonight, Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke reporting from the sideline. So off the tip, it's Charlotte. Let's check out Indiana's starting lineup. Stuckey and George make up the perimeter. Turner is out there with Mahinmi. And it's Hill in at the one spot. Kid Gilchrist, the kick out to Walker. And a wide open look for Lee. Off target with his three.
And the Pacers just missed out on the playoffs last year and would have to settle for 9th in the East. Hard for a team that has been so dominant in the East over recent seasons.
Here's Kid Gilchrist. And the call will be against George Hill. That is his first foul of the game.
And really, these are some of the toughest calls an official has to make.
Yeah, but in this case, I think he got it right. I mean, the defender was still moving there and never really had good legal guarding position. He wasn't set.
Here's Kid Gilchrist. Right side, Batum. Lee outside, and he gets it to go. Lee's got the first bucket of the night, a three-pointer for the Hornets. And for the Pacers against the East, they actually played the rest of the conference. Greg, very well, ended with a 28-24 record, Clark, against the East.
The only team, Kevin, in the East with a winning record against the rest of the conference not to make the playoffs. Only went 10-19 against the playoff teams in the conference.
Here in the first, a little over a minute played so far. Now Walker, Courtney Lee is on the wing, beyond the arc. Does not find the basket. His second miss. He's now 1 for 3. Outside Hill. To the middle. Outside for George. Here's Mahimi. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Yeah, the defender all over him.
Greg, he got him good there. I mean, that's why the shot was so far off.
The Pacers shooting their first free throws of the game.
At the line for 2.
Mahimi hits them both. After making it to the playoffs in 2014, the Hornets couldn't repeat the feat in 2015. A slow start probably, Greg, more than anything else did him in.
Really disappointing season coming in with such high expectations, and 33 and 4.
Fellas, that two-hand monster slam was vicious.
I don't think there was anyone, and I mean anyone, that could have stopped him on that one.
I tell you what, I'm glad they didn't try, because somebody might have got their feelings hurt.
And that was Kia bringing you the close-up on the big-time play. And George kicks to Mahimi. Back to George. That one's in, his first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
Oh, that is just weak defense there. I'm pretty sure that was not the plan to give him those kind of baskets at the hoop.
Walker dishes to Kid Gilchrist. He used that pick to get in close. Kid Gilchrist has got his second basket.
Now, how about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket?
Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter. Mahimi kicks to George. Stuckey passes to Hill. Shot clock at 5. Here's Turner. Good, the assist goes to Hill. Well, Clark, we've seen the lead change hands quite a bit in this one.
Yeah, we sure have. I mean, it's been a bit of a windshield wiper game. I mean, back and forth, the lead has gone 5 times, so no one in clear control yet.
And, guys, I think each team knows they can win this game, just a matter who can catch that momentum.
Kaminsky kicks to Kid Gilchrist. And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. Batum against Turner. Stuckey dishes to Mahimi. Lays it in without an inch of room around him.
And early on, they've been nearly perfect from the floor. Just the one miss here on their first 5 attempts.
They set the pick. Walker the pass to Kaminsky. And Batum kicks to Walker. Fires for 3. And Lee with the basket on the assist by Walker. Lee's got 6.
They really can't allow him too many open looks like that. I mean, that's just inviting trouble.
George dishes to Turner. George against Batum. Now, here's Mahimi. Not a lot of room. Batum against George. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off his shot. 24-second violation. The Hornets have gotten 4 of 6 field goal attempts to drop in the first quarter. Walker against Hill. Walker goes in to the inside. Back to Kid Gilchrist. Charlotte moving it around. Walker's shot is off.
And guys, there's no doubt Walker has a lot of the tools needed to be a great point guard. But his shooting percentage is really what has kept him from making the leap. Just not as consistent as he needs to be. And a lot of it has to do with shot selection. That also has to improve.
Hornets trail by 3. And now the first timeout called here for the Hornets.
They can't guard us on the perimeter. Spread the floor, isolate up top. Spacing, fellas.
40%, Clark, from the floor last year.
Yeah, and I think so much of shooting percentage is a function of shot selection. That's 3 out of the last 4 seasons now, under 40% for Kemba. In order to be an elite point guard, that number's got to go up. You know, I thought Charlotte went to their bench as much as most other teams last season. Those guys ate up time for the starters, but weren't nearly efficient scoring the ball as you might want them to be.
Some changes for Charlotte. Cody Zeller comes in for Kaminsky, and it's Williams in for Michael Kidd Gilchrist. So it's the Hornets now. It's a three-point game, and that one's good. For the Hornets last season, their bench was weak at times. They just couldn't really score that well.
And the Hornets bench was the only bench to shoot under 40% from the floor for the season.
Ellis, the pass to Allen. And there's the foul. It's on Nicholas Batum. And it's Ellis penetrating from deep. Miles. It's good. And he makes his first shot of the game.
Not the biggest fan of that shot, but he had the space to get it off, so why not?
Here's Walker. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Lavoy Allen. That's his first foul.
Yeah, that's a tough call right there, and really a tough break for the D.
Greg, no problem for me with that call. I mean, he was still sliding right there.
Here's Walker. The feed to Zeller. Lee outside. Clock at 6. Walker in the post. Lawson defending. Shot by Zeller, no good.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
Ellis goes in to the paint. Here's Hill. It's deflected, and they get it back. And Miles kicks to Ellis. They double-team Ellis. Indiana needs to get a shot off, and it's out of bounds. Last touch by Ellis.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
So an almost entirely new group in now for Charlotte. Jefferson's checked in for Cody Zeller. Lamb comes in for Nicholas Batum. Troy Daniels, he's checked in for Lee. And it's Jeremy Lin in for Kemba Walker. Nobody near Williams. It's good from long range.
The D just sagged off just enough and no hesitation on his part. And for Big Al Jefferson, he's been a great player in this league, but he hasn't played on that many great teams, and he's never made an all-star team. Hard to imagine.
So the Pacers call timeout, their first of the game. And for Al Jefferson, never making an all-star team, he's got the numbers on offense to get him there. People just feel he's probably, Clark, one-dimensional?
Well, you know, even though the all-star game has no defense for the most part, you usually need to play a little bit of D to have a chance to get there.
Lawson dishes to Miles. Outside for Lawson. It's back to Hill. Tries from 10. Indiana again missing. The Hornets trail. Outside, Lynn. Pass to Jefferson. The dish to Daniels. And Lamb kicks to Daniels. From downtown, kept alive. Second chance shot. Back to Jefferson. And he dunks it down.
And the lead goes right back. What a seesaw affair we've got going on.
This game's right there for the taking, but neither team can quite grab hold of it. Like a slippery bar of soap there. Somebody's got to take charge here.
Williams outside, and the shot is good. And it's a 4-point Hornets lead.
Boy, they've gone on this run, and ball movement has been a big key.
It really has, Clark. The defense unable to react as quickly as necessary in terms of dealing with their passing.
He took good advantage of that screen.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact that the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
There's a screen by Williams. And Daniels up top. Williams kicks to Lamb. Off target with his 3. Indiana's gone 2 or 3 from deep so far in this game. Ellis outside. Dishes it to Miles. Kicks to Lawson. Looking for Allen and gets it there. Inside. And Hill throws it down.
Tell you what, he's not an easy guy to stop when he's got his sight on the rim.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
Did he just go chop chop there with that one hand tomahawk slam?
Williams, a screen on Ellis. And that one's good. Daniels.
These defenders are putting up very little resistance to the three-point shot.
And it's killing 4 of the last 5 makes coming from long range.
Lawson kicks to Allen. Miles the pass to Lawson. Some nice passing here by Indiana. Allen dishes to Ellis. He feeds it to Miles. Got a piece of it. And now here comes Daniel. Leading the break. All going up court. Takes a 3. The basket good off the assist from Lynn. Daniels has got a pair of 3s now in the first quarter for the Hornets. Pacers trail by 6. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Hill kicks to Ellis. Ripped away. Here's Daniels. And we reach the end of the first quarter. The Hornets on top as they wrap up the first quarter with a massive 16-7 run. And we'll be back shortly for the start of the second quarter. And talk to Monte Ellis. He says he feeds off his doubters. He loves to hear someone say what he can't do.
I think I had that all my life. I always had.
And Monte Ellis is still trying to prove people wrong now in Dallas after their quick exit from the playoffs a season ago. Clark, it's been a decade in the league now for this very talented guard.
And you know, that kind of relentless determination is really something Monte is known for. And one of the reasons he has been around for 10 years in the NBA as a consistently good player and lethal scorer.
And the first quarter is in the books. Second about ready to get underway. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for Charlotte.
They've definitely had a hot hand from three-point range. Always nice to get off to a good start.
They also came out of the locker room with their running shoes on. I mean, their transition game has been full throttle.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. On the court for the Hornets, we've got Kaminsky. Batum is out there with Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. Then there's Kemba Walker, and it's Lee in at the 2 spot.
And guys, Courtney Lee now having completed 7 full seasons, very much the same guy now as he was entering the league. A 3-and-D prototype who will most likely never be a plus playmaker.
And so here's Charlotte, 6-point lead. Outside, Walker. To the inside. And the foul on Miles Turner.
That's his first personal foul.
Batum passes to Kaminsky. Turner against Kidd-Gilchrist. Nice move. Shot clock at 3. They grabbed their own miss. It's stolen by Hill.
That's one of the few mistakes they've made this half. Turnovers haven't been an issue for them yet.
Stuckey kicks to George. Off the left rim and out.
Well, I tell you what, that's too good a look to pass up there. Even though it didn't go, that's one you got to take.
Back to Walker. Takes the 3. And the rebound goes to the Pacers. Outside Hill. Up top, Mahinmi. Guarded by Walker. Stuckey dishes to Hill. George passes to Turner. Back to George. No one near him. And it's George again missing.
He hit a 3 in the first, but so far has been unable to capitalize here in this quarter.
Walker against Hill. Back to Lee. And again, the Hornets missing.
And that's the shot he has to take.
Exactly. That's the right look. The decision was good. He just didn't execute.
Stuckey kicks to Turner. Basket is good. The assist from Stuckey. 6 points for Miles Turner.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness, Greg. I mean, if they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
Kaminsky dishes to Walker, and he gets the bucket. Walker's got his second bucket of the game to go.
He always knows where his teammate's going to be, and, Kevin, that will let him put the ball where he wants it, right waiting for him.
Stolen by Walker. Right side, Lee. It's stolen by Mahinmi. And up the court come the Pacers on the break. Knocked away.
Terrific job that time defending at the rim. I mean, it's not an easy task stopping that fella when he's headed to the bucket like that. Good job.
Kid Gilchrist the pass to Kaminsky. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
You know, for the Pacers last season, with Paul George being out for most of the season, they knew it would be a struggle. They would go into lengthy dry spells that made it hard for them to keep pace in the East, in part because they missed Paul George's all-around brilliance and his offense.
So he gets them both. As for those dry spells you mentioned about the Pacers, GA, they had a number of long losing streaks last season.
Yeah, as a team, they had 4 different losing streaks of 6 or more games, and they got hot at the end. Season-high win streak of 6 to stay playoff relevant. It was just too little, too late compared to their losing streaks earlier in the year.
Clock at 4, and George kicks to Turner. And, yep, that's going to be a flagrant foul. Unnecessary contact.
And Kevin, I got to tell you, he's probably fortunate to just get a flagrant 1 there. I mean, so much contact. The officials easily could have gone even harder on it.
Greg, I agree. He'd better be on his best behavior from now on. One more flagrant of any variety, and he's out of here. A big dip in performance here for the Hornets last year. In 2014, they were very tough to beat at home, and that was not the case in 2015.
Yeah, I mean, they struggled to string together those defensive runs at home, and in the end, that led to their less than stellar record.
And the Hornets making a change here. Zeller's checked in. George against Batum. George dishes to Mahinmi. Stuckey into the lane, and there's the call on Cody Zeller. That's his first foul.
I mean, I like the call. I thought the defense was just there a little late.
Yeah, it looked like it. I mean, he kind of slid underneath as he got to the spot, too.
Hornets on defense now. They've only allowed 5 points in the quarter. 6 to shoot. George. Batum grabs the miss.
And, you know, that record for the Hornets last year at home, they ended up going 19-22, 6 fewer wins than they had in 2014 when they last made the playoffs.
And Kid Gilchrist gets it to go in.
Those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten in the first half here.
And I think they should continue to work the ball down low, Clark. It's really going to free up their outside shooting.
Hill passes to Turner. Feeds to Stuckey. It's George on the wing. It's tipped. Stolen by Walker. One-on-one here. To the wing on the left. Pulls up. And Charlotte again with the bucket.
And getting back to the Hornets, they were the worst shooting team in the league at home. And they have to remedy that in a hurry. Shot only 42% here last season.
And the Pacers call time here. Indiana didn't have a great record on the road last season. Only went, Clark, 15-26 on the year, and it cost them down the stretch.
It really did, Kevin. I mean, the Pacers had a bumpy year with all of the injuries, particularly with George being out for most of the year. His absence was most noted in those tough road games, I think.
It's George on the wing. Cans the shot with nobody near him. George has got 7 points in the game.
Don't take your eyes off of him because he can make plays from multiple spots on the floor. Put the isolated cam on him.
And for the Pacers, perhaps the biggest loss of the season for them was on the road. Couldn't get it done in Memphis on the final day of the season to try and get into the postseason.
Boy, such outstanding patience and decision-making for them offensively.
Absolutely. Their ball movement has been outstanding, and they're piling up the assists.
The rim-rattling two-handed jam.
Now that's finishing your work right there.
Powerful two-hand jam, you're right.
And I tell you what, if he's got a few more of those in him, this lead will start shrinking even further.
Well, here's a little factoid about the Pacers on the road last season, guys. They were much better shooting free throws on the road. The difference between their road and home free throw percentage was the largest positive mark in the league. That's kind of strange.
Charlotte calls timeout.
You know, and Paul George played the first few years of his career in the NBA with 24 on his bag. And as you can see, he now goes with 13 after making the switch prior to last year.
So a whole new group on the floor now for Charlotte. Screen by Jefferson. Lynn kicks to Williams. Nice pass in here by Charlotte. Daniels dishes to Lynn. Over in the corner, Williams. And the Hornets miss again. And with Paul George going with the number 13 now, as you can see, helps with his nickname, PG-13.
Yeah, that's a good nickname, a nice fit. Young Tracy, as he likes to go by on Twitter, he said himself that it was about embracing his stature and stardom in the league. Nice way to do it.
Hornets leading by 9. And here is Lynn. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. It's rebounded by Indiana.
And no excuse there for missing that one after being freed up by a great pick.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, they came away empty, but they got the look they wanted, and really, I like the movement and communication there.
Yeah, and listen, sometimes even the best of us are going to miss the easiest of opportunities.
Here's Daniels. Good, and it's Williams who picks up the assist. Daniels has got the lead up to 11 now for the Hornets. And turnovers have been the issue for him.
Yeah, it sure has been the case. I mean, turnovers are like missing breakfast. Eventually, it's going to cost you.
Well, I've always thought that it was good to maybe miss a breakfast or two, but that's another story. Anyhow, you can see the coaches have gotten into him a little bit about this. They've got to do a better job of taking care of the ball.
The drive by Ellis. Lawson against Lynn. Lawson the pass to Hill. Shot clock at 6. Allen against Williams. Here's Ellis. Indiana again missing.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Over in the corner, Lamb. From outside, off the mark. Pacers trail by 11. Clark, some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, they need a basket just to regain some momentum here, Kevin.
That's his first personal foul.
Pick up by Hill. And Miles kicks to Ellis. From out on the wing, he knocks it down. Ellis has got his first 2 points. Here's Lynn, looking for his first basket still in this one. 1:56 left in the first half of the game. There's a screen by Williams. And there's Daniel. That's good on the assist by Lynn. Lynn's got his 4th assist in this one. Pacers shooting 38% in the second quarter. Offensively, they look a little bit confused. Lawson dishes to Miles. Lynn against Lawson. And there's a whistle. That goes on Jeremy Lin. That's foul number 2 for him.
Boy, with 2 fouls now, he really has to be disciplined and under control for the rest of this half.
There's 1:26 left to play in the first half. Ellis outside. Hill drives in. Just 4 to shoot. Shoots. And with that, the Hornet lead is cut down to 10 on the bucket from Monte Ellis. Here's Lynn. Outside Williams. Yes! And a nice assist from Lynn. Lynn's got 5 assists in the game. Pacers trail by 12. Lawson outside. Pass to Ellis. To the wing right side. Here's Miles to the paint. Allen passes to Miles. Kept alive by Indiana. 3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Hill kicks to Lawson. Now Miles. Left side Lawson. The drive by Ellis.
Hornets foul. Al Jefferson. That's his first personal foul.
The Pacers shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
And really, they haven't been able to differentiate themselves from the free throw line on the season at about 76%.
So 1 for 2 that time at the stripe. Here's Lamb. He got it up that time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And that does it for the first half of play. It's Charlotte. They're up by 11. And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Well, Coach Vogel, a tough going for your guys so far tonight. What's been the biggest obstacle to pulling off your game plan?
Well, they're just a great defensive team. You know, we're not handling our pressure well enough. We're trying to work it inside. They're fronting, and we got to execute our counters.
Thank you for the time, Coach. Guys, over to you.
Thank you for the great interview, Doris. We'll be back for the 3rd quarter of basketball following halftime.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, folks. Ernie Johnson here along with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. We're going to break down the first half action for you. After the first 2 quarters of play, it's Charlotte in control. They lead by 11. All right, Big Diesel, your take.
Well, one thing that stands out is how few turnovers they had. The offense looked in control. They were making nice passes, moving the ball, setting screens. The confidence just seemed to build, and the lead did too. They're a very steady team, keeping those turnovers down. That's the big factor.
And Kenny, let's get your input on the Pacers.
Well, the perimeter D is just too loose. I mean, there's no excuse for letting the team rain that many threes on you. And at that higher percentage, guys aren't fighting through screens. They're not staying with their shooters. They're not helping out. Just bad basketball on the defensive end. They've got to tighten it up on a high level in the second half.
And that's it for halftime, as the second half is just about to get underway. See you after the game.
All right, Charlotte. Now
And we welcome you back to more NBA action. Players looking hydrated and plenty of Gatorade to help them get their job done tonight. Pacers trail by 11. Well, the Pacers, despite all their injuries from last season, were right in the playoff hunt until the very end. Had a chance, in fact, GA, on the last day to sneak in, but it didn't happen.
Yeah, they needed a Brooklyn loss to go along with them winning that last game. Ultimately, though, it wasn't in the cards for them, and they ended a game out of the postseason.
On the court for Indiana, we've got Lawson. Lavoy Allen out there with C.J. Miles. Then there's Ellis. And it's Hill in at the 5 spot.
And, you know, the Pacers have made the playoffs in each of the last 4 seasons prior to last year's miss. Hard for a team that was coming off back-to-back conference finals appearances to stomach that. But with the injuries, they'll be better and back in the playoffs next year, I'm sure.
Looking at who's out there now for the Hornets. Kaminsky, he's checked in for Jefferson. Michael Kidd-Gilchrist comes in for Williams. Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for Jeremy Lamb. And Lee's subbed in for Troy Daniels. George dishes to Stuckey. And George kicks to Hill. Back to George. And count it. 2 points with a chance for one more at the free throw line.
And really, it's going to be more of a reload than a rebuild situation for the Pacers. You would have to imagine their goal isn't just to get back to the playoffs, but to get back to being a conference final participant.
Walker's checked in for the Hornets. And it's Kidd-Gilchrist penetrating.
Taking it to the rack with power right there.
And hammering down with the two-handed slam.
Just piling on the lead with the dunk like that.
Pacers trail by 11. Stuckey passes to Mahinmi. He dishes it to Hill. There's the pass to Turner. From the left block, the shot will not go. And Charlotte will go the other way with it. Outside, Walker. Over in the corner, Lee. Back falls. Nice feed that time from Walker. Walker's got 5 assists tonight.
Nice move and finish. I think the halftime break really gave him a second win.
Hill drives in. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. It's going to go on Michael Kidd-Gilchrist.
You know, I can think of one way to describe George Hill. It's the culmination of several attributes. I mean, he comes from the school of Popovich, plays under control, always in the right place defensively. The way I describe him is just steady.
Outside, Walker. He kicks to Batum. Here's Kaminsky. It's rebounded by Indiana. Outside, George. Right side, Hill. Right side, Turner. Hill with it. Picked up by Kidd-Gilchrist. Shot clock at 6. Here's George. And he uses the glass on the layup. George has got 5 points now in the quarter.
Guys, he shot a very good percentage today, and they've needed it.
Walker against Hill. Poked away. And up the court come the Pacers on the break. George with the ball.
They're doing work here in the second half. 3 or 4 to start.
A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. Walker goes in. Batum dishes to Lee. Hits the three-point bomb. Lee's got 13 points.
I love his shot selection today. He set the bar for the rest of the team.
In the corner, George with it. And there's the whistle. That goes on Frank Kaminsky.
Frank Kaminsky. That's his second personal foul.
Hey.
Walker against Hill. George with no one around. Good. The assist goes to Hill. Hill's got 6 assists in the game.
Boy, I tell you what, he loves getting looks like that from the three-point line. No one near him. That's a warm-up jumper for him.
And it's Walker penetrating. Here's Kidd-Gilchrist. Goes back up, out to Lee. From deep. Rebound by Mahimi. Mahimi's got his third rebound tonight. And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
Zeller, he's checked in for Kaminsky. Charlotte calls timeout.
They can't guard us on the perimeter. Let's spread the floor and isolate up top. Spacing, fellas. Spacing.
Second half here. We're just over 3.5 minutes into it. Stuckey kicks to Mahimi. George against Batum. George passes to Turner. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And it's Hill penetrating. Good chance here for George. And he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim. George has got 12 points in just the second half. Now here's Walker. 6 points for him. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist. And the Hornets lead by 8.
And a sharp pass to set up that high percentage shot in close.
Hill kicks to George. Pass to Turner. The kick out to Hill. Indiana moving the ball around. Turner dishes to Hill. Stuckey outside. Right side George. The kick out to Hill. Batum against George. And the shot is good. George has got 23.
Great quarter for him at the offensive end, trying to will his team back in the game.
Charlotte leading by 6. Walker with it. 8 points for him. Kid Gilchrist sets the pick for Walker. Here's Zeller, and he comes off the screen and spins it through.
And it was the screen there, guys, that freed him up as he ran his man into it.
And then it was all acceleration, GA, to the bucket right after that.
Almost a backboard breaker.
Again, the miss by Turner. For Charlotte, they've gotten 5 of 8 shots to fall for them in the third quarter. A nice 62% from the field. Out to Lee. Rebound by Mahimi. Mahimi's got his 5th rebound in this one. Stuckey passes to Hill. Here's Turner, and he finishes it off with a one-handed jam.
Tell you what, Kevin, they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
Clark, that deficit will go away quickly if he does.
And how about how he capped that one out, almost like the 1-2 punch.
Walker. Now the feed to Kid Gilchrist. There's Lee with the 3, and it goes for the 5th time in 10 shots for him this game.
He's putting on a commanding performance here. He's hit 2 3-pointers in each half now.
Pacers trail by 9. Outside, George. Pass to Mahimi. Stuckey right side. Turner against Kid Gilchrist. Just 5 to shoot. And George kicks to Hill. Puts it up from 17. The Hornets pull it in. Kid Gilchrist has got 4 rebounds now tonight. The dish to Zeller. Lee passes to Kid Gilchrist. Back to Lee. The Hornets need to get a shot off here. And slam dunk by Kid Gilchrist.
Good, just like soup. A little more ferocious, though.
Okay, Clark approves, everybody.
Yeah, but that's how you finish strong. Young fellas wearing the rim out.
They've been committing a lot of turnovers, and I imagine that's exactly what they're talking about right now. They need to tighten it up.
Timeout called the Pacers.
And Kid Gilchrist had that very funky jumper coming into the league. And prior to last year, really worked tirelessly. Not an easy thing to do to try to change the entire form and structure of your jump shot.
So Indiana ends up with a new group on the floor. It's tipped. It's stolen by Lamb. Dishes to Williams. Over in the corner, Lamb. The basket is good off the assist from Williams. Lamb's got his first 3 points of the game. Clark for Kidd-Gilchrist, and his shot, it seemed to be a step in the right direction for his entire offensive game.
Well, Kevin, it was the first year of reworking that jump shot, and the mid-range percentage has gone up as a result. That's positive progress.
First off, look, every year there are all-star game snubs, and perhaps last year Monte Ellis was the big one in the West. Hard to leave him off given the way he played for the Mavs.
For Monte not being an all-star, there are a lot of guys that could have made an argument to be there. Monte's was as strong as any.
Yeah, and his own coach said that Monte deserved it more than Dirk, his teammate. And not a shot at Dirk by Carlisle, just Rick expressing how valuable Monte was to the Mavs.
6 on the shot clock, stolen by Miles. And here's the break. Jacks up a 3. Lawson dishes to Hill. It's stolen by Lamb. We've got 1:48 left to play in the third. Here's Daniels, and Charlotte again with the bucket. Let's look at the energy stats, how the hustle game has been going for Charlotte.
Defensively, they played with a lot of energy, and the steals we've seen are a result of that aggressiveness.
Something else they've done is force a lot of mistakes defensively, and they've been turning those turnovers into points.
Ellis kicks to Hill. Just 5 on the clock. Kicks it out to Ellis. Indiana again missing. Here are the Hornets with the ball. They're on a 14-6 run. Lynn the pass to Williams. Goes up on the block. It's rebounded by Indiana. They push it up 4 on 3. Ellis dishes to Miles. To the inside. Tipped away. It's stolen by Jefferson. Here's Lynn. Screen by Jefferson. The kick out to Williams. Daniels passes to Lamb. And that one goes in as he is fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts at the line.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the game here.
And he's at 73% this year at the foul line. Adequate, but not spectacular.
And I don't think there's any question about it, guys. He's got to bring that percentage up. I mean, those are the kind of free throw numbers that will get you in a coach's doghouse and get your teammates a little mad at you.
And it's Ellis penetrating. Here's Allen. Another shot. And it's Lynn with the rebound.
If they could end every possession with that shot, they'd be happy. 9 times out of 10, that's an easy layup for them.
Here's Williams. Offline. Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. Hornets ahead, ending the third quarter with a massive 16-6 run. And after a quick break, we're going to come right back with the start of the fourth quarter. And we're rolling here again with the fourth quarter. Might not come down to the wire, but you never know. Here's Walker. We've got Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. Kemba Walker is out there with Lee. Then there's Batum, and it's Kaminsky in at the 5, down low. So that's the lineup for Charlotte. And Walker kicks to Kaminsky. Nobody near Kidd-Gilchrist. Offensive rebound from the arc. Kidd-Gilchrist. It's good on the putback.
Well, I love that aggression. Forget about the tip. Just grab the thing and slam it home.
Well, what a way to get second chance points.
And don't take any risk while you're doing it.
George dishes to Hill. Turner with a screen on Walker. And here's George for three. The shot, no good. And Charlotte will go the other way with it. Walker with it. He's picked up by Hill. Kaminsky, the pass to Walker. And stolen by Stuckey. And they go to the intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Yeah, but that's no excuse for that kind of foul. I mean, that might be an explanation for it, but certainly doesn't justify it. And even then, it's just not a good play.
George sets a screen for Hill. Just 5 on the clock. Mahinmi kicks to Stuckey. Some nice passing here by Indiana. George, no good.
Now, nice work there to contest the finish inside.
You know, they got the shot they wanted, but his defense, I mean, deterred them from those plans.
They double him with George. It's stolen by Hill. Throws it up high, and it's George finishing it off.
And I love that the instant that steal was made, they were out in the open floor.
Ball pressure leading to the run out, man, it doesn't get much nicer than that. That is sweet, sweet stuff.
And Walker kicks to Kaminsky. It's stolen by Mahinmi. And George with the stuff.
Excellent work there in transition.
Yeah, I think it's always better to go early in transition, to attack when it's there, because oftentimes you can beat the defense down the floor.
Charlotte calls timeout.
And Rodney Stuckey, a combo guard out of Eastern Washington, played a big role for the Pacers a season ago.
A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
Well, Kevin, Steve Clifford was just going over the game plan with his team. He told the players, let's put our foot on them and keep them down. We've got them exactly where we want them. I want to see you guys slow the pace, use the clock, and stay away from any silly fouls.
Batum, good. You were talking about Stuckey. He did play well in his first year with the Pacers. Clarkie helped them as a starter and off the bench.
Yeah, really had his most efficient year scoring the ball to date. And more than his scoring and what he brought on the court, his presence in the locker room and professionalism. You talk to the people around the Pacers, he was a breath of fresh air on a team that has a number of fresh air guys.
George against Batum. And it's George missing.
Almost no chance of that shot going in.
Yeah, there were a lot of other places he could have gone with the basketball instead of forcing that shot up.
There's the foul. It's on Mahinmi. That'll be his second foul of the game.
That's his second personal foul.
Here's the screen. Hill against Walker. Clock at 6. And the rebound goes to the Pacers. Outside, George. Stuckey outside. And George, here we go. The kick out to Hill. The shot's good on the assist by George.
Nice work on the inside. Hard to get that one up and over the big fella.
Well, it's not supposed to be easy down there, and a little artistry on the inside helped him make it happen.
Outside, Walker. Kid Gilchrist with it. Mahinmi on him. The kick out to Walker. Again, the miss by Walker. Pacers trail by 15. And it's Hill penetrating. Outside, George. It's tipped. And that's out of bounds. Indiana will retain possession.
And really no choice but to lunge for that pass to make sure it didn't get through.
Yeah, and that was important. Probably would have been a quick 2 points if he doesn't get a hand on it and knock it out of bounds.
Yeah, maybe a change of the game plan right now, looking at some different sets.
They can't guard us on the perimeter.
Yeah, I agree
Spread
with
the
you
floor
because
and
they're
isolate
looking
up
to
top.
tweak things
Spacing,
to
fellas.
maybe get those
Spacing.
matchups working in their favor.
And the Hornets call time here. So a whole new group on the floor now for Charlotte. Here's George. Lynn with the steal. And here's Daniels. Williams a screen. Daniels dishes to Williams. The shot's good on the assist by Daniels. And that's now 10 points for Williams.
And he came off that screen, and the D just didn't get over the top of it.
Yep, weren't there in time enough to challenge Greg, and when that's the case, you can mark those up for him.
Out to Stuckey. And Marvin Williams picks up the foul. That's his first foul.
And really, these are some of the toughest calls an official has to make.
Yeah, but in this case, I think he got it right. I mean, the defender was still moving there and never really had good legal guarding position. He wasn't set.
And George, here we go.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
Lynn kicks to Williams. Offline with his three.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
Indiana moving it around. Turner against Hansbrough. Shot clock at 5. And Turner kicks to George. Turnaround Jay. Misses off the left iron.
Well, I like the defense there. Right up in his grill, didn't give him a chance.
Williams passes to Lynn. On the wing, Williams. Kicks it to Jefferson. Back to Williams from outside the arc, and that one's good. Williams has got 5 points now this quarter.
Watch out. Now that he's got his first 3 of the half, there might be more in store.
On the wing, George. No one near Turner as he lets it go, and it comes off the front of the rim. Hornets leading by 20. Outside, Lynn. Outside, Jefferson. Outside, Lynn. The rebound by Turner. Turner's got his 4th rebound in this one. Stuckey outside. Outside, George. Turner dishes to George. Looking to end the drought. Out to Turner. He feeds it to Mahinmi. Puts it up from 15. No good off the back of the rim. Charlotte has gotten off 4 3-pointers in the final quarter, and 2 of them have fallen. Lynn against Stuckey. Feeds it to Williams. Back to Lynn. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. That's on Rodney Stuckey. And the hope for Jeremy Lin last season was that he'd take a step forward in his development, but it almost was the opposite in his play.
And that can happen. You don't always go a straight line north in your improvement in this league. He'd been on an upward swing as far as his shooting accuracy, but last season was the worst since his rookie year in that area.
Good on the second free throw.
And talking about Lin last season, he never quite gelled with what they were doing in Los Angeles. Both he and Kobe need the ball to be effective, and I got a feeling you guys know which one of those two is going to get it.
Timeout called the Pacers.
And, you know, getting back to Lin, he was actually pretty strong starting out the season. In November, he made 48% of his shots, 37% from downtown. But in April, he only hit 24% from the field and was eventually shut down for the year.
Some changes for Indiana. Robinson comes in for Allen. Young is subbed in for Ty Lawson. Pacers trail by 21. Ellis outside. Passes it to Robinson. Off the mark, and the drought continues.
And that's playing into the hands of the defense right there.
No way you can sneak that shot by him, Greg. I mean, he was all on top of that one.
And it's Kid Gilchrist penetrating. And a wide open look for Walker. Fires the jumper from the corner and nails it. Now Young. It's Hill on the wing. 17-foot shot on the way. Here's Robinson. They get the rebound. Hill kicks to Miles. Batum with the steal. Walker against Young. Kaminsky sets the pick for Walker. Batum attacking in the corner. It's Kid Gilchrist. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
What a game for Kid Gilchrist. He has 14 points, and he's made some good decisions with the basketball, too.
And being smart with the ball like he's been today, Clark, I think it's critical for him and them. He should repeat that every game.
The free throw drops for Kid Gilchrist. Spencer Hawes is checked in for Charlotte. Jeremy Lin comes in for Walker. And Kid Gilchrist drops them both. 1:52 left in the fourth. Clark, they've been looking out of sync offensively.
You know what? A basket here would do a lot for their confidence.
Ellis, the pass to Hill to end the run. Yes, and it's Ellis picking up the assist. And that's now 6 points for Hill.
Superb playmaking from Monte Ellis. That dish was right on time.
Lee dishes to Kid Gilchrist. Outside, Lynn. Back to Kid Gilchrist. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
That's his first personal foul. Going to the line.
First one falls for him.
Gilchrist. Shooting 2.
And Kid Gilchrist drops them both.
He's done a much better job of getting to the line here. Aggressively taking it inside and not shying away from contact. I thought he was settling a bit in the first.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Hornets.
Agreed, Steve, and as one-sided as it gets today, you know, Clark, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
You're right, Kevin. It's hard to think of anything that didn't go right for them. I mean, game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was spot on.
A good win, and a lot went into it, but I just like the showing for Kid Gilchrist. He was everywhere defensively, offensively. The effort we saw from him tonight, I think, was the difference.
And guys, Spencer Hawes signed a 4-year, $23 million contract with the Clippers prior to last season. Not sure the Clippers felt like they got their money's worth. He did improve a little bit in the playoffs. There still may be some hope for him in L.A.
Well, I'd have to agree with you, Kevin. I mean, he had some moments, but on the season shot a career low from the foul line as well as in several other areas.
Outside, Lynn. In the corner, it's Kid Gilchrist. Six on the shot clock. Misses from close range. Now, here is Young. So no problem for Charlotte as they get the win. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just what a clinical performance they put on.
Yeah, they were the superior team in every department, in every category to me, Kevin. I know their fans loved it and appreciated it.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. This is Kevin Harlan saying thank you for tuning in. So long and good night, everyone.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Kevin, much appreciated, and now let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. He put up a new season high tonight, and if he keeps shooting like he did tonight before the season's over, he might top it. A big key to his team's victory here.
I can't imagine a player having a better night from the field than he had tonight. His shooting percentage was off the charts. He used every trick in the book to get those high percentage shots. He shot from every direction, and there was a little bit of luck here and there, but he was on fire.
Just a sensational performance on a lot of levels, Ernie. Too many levels to talk about. Man, in some game, he's in the background. He doesn't get the chance to be the star of the show, but not tonight. He's the star tonight. Put him on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
And folks, that'll wrap it up for tonight. We hope you enjoyed the game. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. Have a good evening.